Push Rod Fury. Okay, we pulled hot rider carburetors off the bike. Now we're going to pull a float ball and see what we're dealing with inside. Oh boy. These things are in very good shape. So they just need a little spray down. And they'll be good to go. Look at that. I can show you. Look how messy that is. See that? Nice and pretty clean for, I don't know how old these carburetors are, but you couldn't really ask for a better looking situation. So I'll take the rest apart and give them a good spray down, and that's about it. Okay, so it's worth digging a little deeper into these carbs. I know the previous owner had to have been extremely frustrated, and if we look, you can see why. You see those floats at the top? We've got this one, that set, and this set. This is their resting position. Of course the carbs are upside down, but that's their resting position. So this float turned upside down, it would shut off the gas supply at that level. And so you probably starve that cylinder and probably drove them bananas as they tried to accelerate and couldn't get, or they got spotty performance off of that cylinder. And you see how far that goes, this one, because of course it's starting at a higher point and the travel goes to there. So we're going to check the specification and make sure they're all right, but I guarantee you this one is off. That's for sure. So now we got to be really thorough and make sure any monkey business is corrected.
Well, day 2. I'm going to try to do this every day I can. We uncovered some chrome, a little tiny dent, but I think if I get the right bodywork hammers I could get that out. I'm tapping it from the other side, but check this out. This bike polished up okay. If you remember yesterday, not many shiny parts on this. Today it's a much different story. Took a lot of corrosion off the aluminum side covers. The middle section of the engine is painted silver, so that's going to be easy. And then we move back here. Notice the shocks are nice and shiny. Flip up fender. It's got some shine to it. Turn signal had a little droopy eye going on there. Forrest Whitaker eye, as I've heard someone call it. We got that fixed. And over here, we just cleaned stuff up. You see the reflection in that black panel on the side of the engine. You also notice the carbs are out. I'm cleaning up the carbs. And I have the bodywork off. We weren't getting any spark. We did a bunch of troubleshooting. Turns out someone did a hack job on the spark plug wires. I guess they had some trouble with those, so they tried some homemade fixes. We got rid of that. We tested the coils. They test fine with the multimeter testing, and I can share a link to the manual that has the procedure for the primary and the secondary coil test. Those checked out good. So I bought a 7mm spark plug wire from AutoZone for $1.50. Put that on, put it close. It's not on now, but I basically grounded it to see if I could get a spark. Couldn't get one through kickstarting. So I installed a battery. And you'll notice here, these are all the tidbits from the homemade spark plug wires somebody had on there. And I got a nice strong spark. The other thing is, when we turn on the ignition, we get the indicators, we get lights on, so we can turn the lights on, right? We get high beam, boop, there's high beam.
When the high beam's on, we get high beam indicator. You can see that. It's hard to tell in this lighting, but it's working. And the turn signals don't necessarily work unless I tap the turn signal relay. So the turn signals work. The only challenge I'm having right now is the electrical, is that I don't have, let me turn the turn signal off. I don't have a tail light yet. It's not blown out, but I'll do some troubleshooting and find out what's going on there. But not bad for a day's work. Whole bunch more work to do, and we'll update the progress. Thanks for tuning in.